irrevocable the independence of the new world, the United States of America, for the whole world, from Britain, England. That's the independence. If that hadn't been burning and speaking and spreading in the founding fathers, and in those that came on the Mayflower, etc., there would not have been a call for any new independence. Those people would have went on forever, satisfied to serve the whole world and to serve their own country. It would have been nothing but colonies forever for the whole world, for the whole country. Yes. Don't think the term Islam, the religious Islam, is your biggest calling. That's not your biggest calling. Your biggest calling is your independence. So you be free to give due respect to your maker and due respect to yourself. It didn't have to be Islam. It could have been some other religion or some other ideology. But thank God it was Islam. For me, I thank God it was Islam. Because I believe in my soul that my foreparents were Muslims on the continent of Africa. They were not heathen. They were not worshippers of idols. They were not Arabs. They didn't worship light. And they were not Christians. They did not worship Jesus Christ. That's what I believe firmly in my soul. And I believe my father descended from those people. And I descended from those people. So I thank God you rewarded to give me back what was taken from my father. And that is that religion when they were in Africa. He's given it back to me. With Islam, it wasn't Islam driving me to want to know God better. It wasn't Islam driving me to want to know and understand my Father better. It was not Islam driving me to want to know Scripture better. The Bible, the Christian statement, their thought, their religious thought. It was not Islam. God knows it was never Islam. It was my own curiosity. In the core of my being, I wanted to have these questions answered. I couldn't live with this darkness. I had to see the light. And I didn't know if the light was going to be Islam or the light would be something else. At one point, I said, these communists sound better than these religious folks to me. I read where the communists said religion is the opium for the common people, or the opium, the masses of people, meaning the common people, not educated as well, have no class, no high status, no big high status in the society. I said to myself, he's right. That's exactly what I said as a young man and a young minister at that time. I said, these communists are right, I can't do that. I knew better than do that. I was like, Mohammed would ship me, that's why I was shipped out. They make much more sense. So that's what I saw it as. All that living, I'm in my house, and Father didn't allow us to even have a radio when I was a young boy. We couldn't have a radio. That's a fact. We couldn't have a radio. It was against all the nations of Islam to have a radio in your house. We could not have a radio. But on Sunday morning, man, those church people were so loud, I was in the house, no radio. And I hear the Christian church service going on just like they in my house, so loud. Window down, newspaper had been put on the bed, crack, filled the crack, still blasting in the house there. Jesus, Lord Jesus, just jumping. Got the house shaking a little bit, they're so loud. And I know what was in that house. I know this family was in that house. I know how they lived. And I walk out of that house, 50 feet away, South Walnut. Walk out of that house, go on the street, and walk 2 blocks over to 6th Street. And there I see a church almost every corner. And between the blocks, you got about 2 or 3 churches between the blocks. And you got just that many liquor stores. And you got bums and wine heads hanging around all outside the liquor stores. And going to the church and the church doors open. So you can see how I thought that the communist charge. That religion is the opium of the masses. The dope for the masses. Yes, I thought it was real right. That's all it is. It's hypnotic, just like a drug, just like wine or drug. It's hypnotic. It makes them forget their condition. It makes them forget their responsibility. I thought acting on people just like a drug. Yeah. Now we know all churches weren't cheap like that and irresponsible like that. We know there's a few third-class churches that were doing a good job to keep their members conscious and living a good life. But most of them didn't. They weren't. But look here, even the worst church, the English preacher, even that church was telling its members not to sin. To live a godly life, not to sin. But the people were so miserable, so poor, suffering so many things, most of the bad superior condition in their life. They were suffering and poor and suffering so much that the powerful psychology of the church to make them feel good, the lively music, the happy singing, sent them back home not conscious of their responsibility to do something about their life. So though he told them, live righteous, obey God, don't sin, sin is death. They couldn't hear that. Especially after the music and after singing, they just felt good. Just like you giving a man wine and he's getting high, he's getting high. After a while he's so high, he got another spirit in it. Come on, man. Come on over here. Give me your hand. Let me hug you, man. I ain't hug you. You know you my buddy, man. You my buddy. Now he's high now, and you telling him, you told him before he got that high, you told him, sin is death. Then remembered after that. He had remembered sin is death. And you had told him the word sin is not drinking. The word sin is not swearing, saying MF every 2 or 3 words in your language. He said the word sin is you not respecting your human life. If the preacher had told them that, I think they would have been able to drink his wine and get sober. And then, after they sobered up, they would have went to work on their responsibility. But the preacher didn't tell them that. This independence that we're given is no small independence, it's a big independence. It's given in the Bible in Genesis